Good evening, baseball fans. How are you doing? Welcome to another Sunday night of Power Rankings. Let's get to it. And good evening, baseball fans across the world. Hello. 79 people in the chat. What is going on? Mason, Rat Boy King, David Knight is here. Chuck is here. Eric Wallace, what's going on? Longy Raider, I think I'm saying that right. Hello. Odd Villain, Kaylee Scott, Brendan DH, what is going on? How are we doing? Ratchet Dewan, hello. Brock Glaser, Michael Wheatley, hello. Gregory, hello. Zachariah, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? Clayton Ashcraft, hello. Rojo, what's going on? Albert Morocquin, think I said that right. What's going on, my friend? How you doing? Brent's Hockey Network, hello. We got some hockey fans here in the chat. Gotta love it. Carlos, Ronnie, Nikki, Jason, Baseball Sports Talk, hello, my friend. It has been a while. How are you? What is going on, everyone? Another good week of baseball. A great week for my Red Sox this week. Where are they going to end up on my power rankings? We're going to have to wait and see. We got some teams moving up. We got some teams moving down. I will say not a lot of changes this week. Maybe some minor changes. Maybe a couple of big moves. We'll have to wait and see. Everyone, make sure, for everyone that is here, I'm seeing 90 people in the chat. Make sure you stick around halfway through the power rankings. I do have an announcement to make, and I didn't really know when to announce it, but I figured, you know what, tonight is probably a good night to make this announcement. So make sure you stick around until at least halfway through the power rankings. That's when I will announce it. Everyone, also, if you are new, hit that subscribe button. Everyone, I gotta say, holy cow, I posted a video on the 2017 Cleveland Indians this past week. Holy cow, that video is getting some views. It is getting close to around 30,000 views. And we've gained a lot of new subscribers. As you can see, we have hit 22,000 subscribers on the channel. So to everyone that's subscribed from that Cleveland Indians video, welcome to the channel. We are doing power rankings every Sunday night. I go live every Monday night for the week ahead with my best buddy Josh. And on Wednesday nights, we talk about some hot takes. So everyone, all the new subscribers, welcome if you are here. Everyone, if you can, hit that like button for me, hit the bell notification, share the stream as well. And don't forget, we have a couple of partnerships. In case you're going to a game, check out SeatGeek. Use my code HYDE, $20 off your first purchase. And hey, if you're into sports betting, FanDuel, DraftKings, that kind of thing, go check out Prize Picks. Use my code GINGER. They'll 100% deposit match any deposit that you make on Prize Picks. They do it a little differently over there. Instead of going up against other people, you're going up against the system. You're simply playing over-unders on different statistical categories. So definitely check that out if you can. So let's get to the power rankings, shall we? Like I said, do wait until we get to around the halfway point. I do have an announcement tonight. So here we go. Let's get into it. Let's get the music going. Let's get the vibes set. Here we go. Alrighty, so in case you have not been here before, this is how we do it. I use Tier Maker. I have different tiers. We have 26 through 30, 16 through 20, 21 through 25, 11 through 15, 6 through 10, and 1 through 5. I start at 30 and go all the way to number 1. So let's just go ahead. Let's pull up my power rankings, shall we? Let me pull up my notes. I always got my notes ready. And here we go. Also, you know what? Let me actually, really quick, let me pull up last week's power rankings just so we have an idea of, so we can kind of compare with last week as well. Hold on one second. Let me get those pulled up here. Okay. Alrighty. So here were last week's power rankings. So coming in at number 1 last week, we had the Yankees. Followed that with the Mets. We had the Astros, Brewers, and the Dodgers rounding out the top 5. 6 through 10, we had the Angels, Giants, Padres, Rays, and the Twins. 11 through 15, we had the Phillies, we had the Blue Jays, the Cardinals, the Mariners, and the Diamondbacks. 16 through 20, we had the White Sox, Rockies, Braves, Guardians, and the Marlins. 21 through 25, we had the Orioles, Pirates, Rangers, A's, and my Red Sox. Where, oh where will my Red Sox end up? And 26 through 30, we have the Royals, the Tigers, the Cubs, the Nationals, and the Reds. Starting off at number 30, no change here. Cincinnati. They have been playing better lately, but, you know, just I'm not really ready to move them anywhere. I just feel like 30 is the right spot for them. They did win both of their games against the Guardians this week, but then they lost 2 out of 3 to Toronto. However, they did win today. Joey Votto had the go-ahead home run in the 8th inning today, but for now, I'm keeping the Reds at number 30. Coming in at number 29, I'm staying with the Nationals. They moved Soto to the 3rd spot today in the lineup, and hey, the Nationals ended up scoring 8 runs today. Good offensive performance. I would say the big news for the Nationals this past week was Buster Olney. Kind of maybe, not really, I wouldn't say it's a bombshell, it's just rumors, but maybe Juan Soto could possibly be on the move by the deadline. I will say this, if the Nationals were to trade Juan Soto by this deadline, it would be the best package they could get because he has how many more years until free agency? 2 or 3, I can't remember off the top of my head. But he's got a lot of control left until free agency. He's obviously, arguably, I mean, you could make an argument he's the best player in the game. He's at least in the top 3. It's going to be interesting. I'm sure the Juan Soto rumors will be picking up. We did talk about Juan Soto on Hot Takes earlier this week, so if you want to go check that out, it is there on the channel. I won't dive into it here, but that was some pretty big news with Juan Soto. But as for the Nationals, they lost 2 out of 3 to the Marlins and the Brewers. The bullpen this week actually did pretty good. They ranked 9th overall on the week, but for me, I'm going to go with the Nationals at number 29. I am seeing a super chat coming in from Baseball Sports Talk. Wow, it's been since April 10th that I've tuned into one of your streams. I have no clue what happened, but I've missed Mr. I'm guessing he meant Hyde. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, Baseball Sports Talk, man. Welcome back. I'm glad you're tuning back in. Yeah, a lot has changed. A lot has absolutely changed. William Phillips, thank you for subscribing down below. Or thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. Baseball Sports Talk. Appreciate the super chat. There is the super chat. Also, I do think we had another super chat. Hold on one second here. Really quick, before I get to the other super chat, Brendan DH, thank you for becoming a member of the channel. Everyone, we do have memberships. If you see the join button, you will see that there for just 99 cents a month. You can become a member of the channel. You get a little badge next to your name. You can use emojis, and also you get access to a private Discord where you can talk baseball throughout the day. Only 99 cents per month. Ratboy King has been a member for 3 months. Appreciate that. And Ratboy King, you also dropped a super chat earlier while we were waiting to start things up. You say here, Mackenzie Gore going to be National League Rookie of the Year. Man, he looked really good, and he has been looking good. And I'm really glad that guy got everything worked out. Tough year for him last year, but he is looking very, very good. No surprise. He was a top pitching prospect. It's good to see him doing well. Thank you guys for the super chats. Really do appreciate that. So, coming in at number 28. Let me get my notes here. At number 28, I think we do have a bit of a change. I have the Tigers coming in at 28. Last week, I had the Tigers at number 27, so they drop 1 spot here. Listen, with the Tigers, kind of disappointing, I thought the Tigers maybe could be a bit more fun than this. They've just been a very lackadaisical kind of a team this year. Hold on one second. I need to silence my phone. Hold on one second. I have a crisis here on my phone. Hold on one second. Okay, crisis has been averted. Hold on one second. All right, crisis has been averted, everyone. Andrew Dew, thank you for subscribing down below. Thank you. Appreciate that, my friend. So, here we go. Tigers coming in at number 28. There's just not a lot going on with the Tigers, unfortunately. Lost 2 out of 3 to the Rays. They did split with Cleveland. It's just not a lot going on. They're dead last in offense on the year. Their offense was the worst this past week. Scooble, Faedo did look good in their starts, but they both earned no decisions this past week. And, hey, Eduardo Rodriguez, an old friend of mine, going on the IL, has a rib cage strain. And, yeah, man, just nothing really going right for the Tigers right now. It's just kind of, I don't know, just a dead team walking right now. They're going to have to go on some kind of a streak to get themselves out of the cellar. Coming in at number 27, we have the Kansas City Royals. The Royals last week were at 26, so they do drop one spot. The Royals, they lost 3 out of 5 to the White Sox this past week. They were swept by the Twins. The offense did look pretty good this week, though. Did look pretty good. They were 8th in offense this week. Kyle Isbell hit .391 coming into today. MJ Melendez hit a couple of home runs this week. And Brady Singer actually did look really good in his start today. 7 innings, 0 earned runs. He went down to the minors not too long ago. He has looked better since coming back up. And but for the Royals, you know, you're just not winning a lot of games. Sure, the offense is doing well. A tough loss today for the Royals. You know, late loss today, or losing late in the game to the Twins. Gary Sanchez, we're going to talk about him here in a little bit. Gio Urshela coming through for the Twins today. But the Royals, they're just not really doing all that much. Coming in at number 26, this team has moved up a little bit. I got the Cubs coming in at number 26. They won 2 out of 3 against Pittsburgh, but then they lost 2 out of 3 to the Diamondbacks. So kind of an up and down week. Jonathan VR, man, he did hit really well this past week, so give it up for him. However, I want to put a little bit of spotlight on Christopher Morel. Called up earlier. He's played 5 games, and he's actually hitting really well, hitting .333, a couple of home runs, a .412 on base. He's slugging .333, and he didn't play today versus the Diamondbacks, but he's been hitting really well for the Cubs, only 22 years old, so keep an eye out for Christopher Morel. Been playing very well for the Cubbies, so the starting pitching was actually pretty good for the Cubs. Let me actually pull up that Cubs starting pitching here. They ranked 8th overall on the week. They got some really good starts. Wade Miley had himself a scoreless 7-inning game. He did pitch today, got the no decision, but overall a very good week for Wade Miley. Keegan Thompson, Justin Steele, these guys look pretty good. Marcus Stroman looked all right this week, 5 innings, 2 earned. Drew Smiley was okay, I guess. Kyle Hendricks got lit up. But for the Cubs, you know, up and down week when it came to wins and losses. But the starting pitching did look really good. Some parts of the offense looked really good. Christopher Morel, he's been looking good since being called up. So overall, I have the Cubs coming in at number 26. Can they move back up the power rankings next week? They were a little higher than this just about, you know, a few weeks ago. So the Cubs, let's see if they can start winning some more games. Here we go. Let's move on to the next tier. We got 200 people in the chat. Everyone, thank you for stopping by. Number 25, we have the Oakland A's. Lost 2 out of 3 to the Twins this week and the Angels. Seth Brown, Jed Lowry, they both look pretty good this week. Cole Irvin actually looked really good today. 6 innings, gave up a couple of runs, but you know, it's not really doing much for the A's, unfortunately. The big news with the A's this week is Frankie Montas. His name is starting to come into the rumors as expected. With Frankie Montas, this is a guy where the A's, they didn't necessarily have to trade him right away in the offseason. Obviously, they unloaded a lot of these guys in the offseason. Matt Chapman, Matt Olson, Sean Manaea, Chris Bassett as well. But Montas was a guy, he's under control for not just this year, but for next year as well. And he's going to be a hot commodity come trade deadline time. So no surprise to start seeing his name pop up in rumors. There's teams out there that would love to have Montas. You got the Cardinals, the Mets, the Yankees, the White Sox, the Twins that are looking at him. The Mets, I guess, were scouting him not too long ago with Max Scherzer going on the IL, Jacob deGrom being a bit of a question mark. Frankie Montas definitely could be an option for the Mets. So we'll have to wait and see. But for the A's, not a great week. I think they did fall down. Yeah, they dropped one spot down on the power rankings this week. So not a great week overall, losing both of their series. You know what, actually? I think I meant to... Oh, hold on a second. I'm sorry. The A's, I actually have at number 24. At number 25, sorry about that. At number 25, I have the Pirates. The Pirates absolutely blown out today. 18 runs given up today against the Cardinals. Yadier Molina closed out the game today. What in the world is going on? Pittsburgh, man, horrible week for them. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Cubs. They were swept by St. Louis. What the heck is going on in this chat? Who the heck is Meyerly Pinheiro? What the heck is going on? Meyerly, we got to stop spamming. Moderators, where are you at? Meyerly, what are we doing? Okay, it's not working for me. Moderators, help me out here, my friends. Help me out here. Where are you at? All right, I got to do this myself. Hold on. One second, everyone. Goodness gracious, this is not working. There we go. Okay. Back to the power rankings. So, here we go. So, again, sorry about that. I had a mix-up in my... Oh, Knight Baseball, what's going on? Or David Knight, what's going on? Please flip the tiers. Oh, shoot. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. There we go. Oh, man, we got the colors all... What the heck even happened here? Goodness gracious. Technical difficulties everywhere. There we go. Okay, David, thank you for that. I did not notice that. Here we go. So, yeah, I had the Pirates at 25, the A's at number 24. I forgot to switch those up. But, yeah, the Pirates, very bad week for them overall. I mean, just a horrible performance today against the Cardinals. I was watching the beginning of that game today, and I turned it back on, and it was like, what, 12-0 at one point. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Conman752 with a $10 super chat. Conman, you have been... Oh, my goodness. You have been amazing this week. You've dropped like a few $10 this week. I appreciate you. Your list is wrong. Yes, just fixed it. Thank you, Conman. Also, Adley has debuted. We're going to talk about that just in a second. Let me read the rest of it. Got to see him play. Oh, it's awesome, man. You got to go watch him? That's great. Odor now owns the Rays. Can't wait to see Grayson, DL, and other prospects get called up. Nearly there. Go O's. There's something about this Orioles team. You've been hearing me talking about the Orioles for the past few weeks. There's just something pretty good about this team. They're not as bad as you think, and they really showed a lot of grit this week. I do really think this Orioles team, Conman, we were talking this past week. I'm telling you, I think the Orioles are going to get a shortstop. That's a prediction of mine for the upcoming offseason. They're going to land one of the top shortstops, whether it be Trey Turner, Correa. I think they're going to get one of them. And I think the Orioles, they're going to get back to some winning ways sooner rather than later. Hey, great debut for Adley. Had the triple. And, what else? Orioles fans, you got to be loving it right now. So, especially with some walk-off wins. Michael Yanks, $5 super chat. I need some teams to beat the Dodgers so my Padres can be number 1 in the West. We're going to talk about the Padres and the Dodgers here in a little bit. Man, they've both of them, man, they've been looking great lately. The Dodgers were slumping a little bit not too long ago, but they look great this past week. Padres have looked pretty solid. But Michael Yench, thank you for the $5 super chat. Really do appreciate that. So Pirates at number 25, A's at number 24. It looks like I have everything okay here. I got the tiers correct. Okay, we're good to go. We're good to go. Coming in at number 23, we have the Texas Rangers. The Rangers last week, I also had them at 23 last week. So I'm just going to be keeping them in the same spot. Not a bad week for the Rangers, honestly. Not a bad week at all. With the Rangers, you swept the Angels, but then you lost 3 out of 4 to Houston. I mean, this Angels team has looked really good, and then you just go sweep them. I mean, what a great week for the Rangers. The only reason they're not moving up is, hey, some of these other teams are looking pretty good too. Well, minus a couple of teams that are a little out in front, but I'm not ready to move the Rangers up that far. So maybe another good week for the Rangers. Maybe we can, or maybe some more good things this week. We can maybe see them move up into this tier. But for now, I will hold them at number 23. They were 11th in offense this week. Cole Calhoun, 3 home runs on the week. Corey Seager did have himself a good week. He still hasn't fully hit his stride just yet, I would say. He has 8 home runs and 19 RBIs on the year. Marcus Semien is starting to heat up a little bit. He hit 304 on the week, but he's only hitting 182 on the year. So Marcus Semien, he's been pretty slow out of the gates, but it looks like we're starting to see some life in that bat a little bit. Martin Perez, holy crap. Is anyone noticing Martin Perez right now? Like, are you kidding me? Look at his stats. Did anyone just see like what he did this past week against the Astros, the complete game shutout against the Astros? Martin Perez, is it safe to say that we could possibly consider Martin Perez a Cy Young candidate right now? I mean, he has been fantastic. Look at Martin Perez. I mean, I don't think he's going to end up winning it, but I think right now, I mean, you have to consider the guy a possible Cy Young candidate. When you look at ERAs, Martin Perez, right now, he ranks 4th in ERA. I mean, I don't think he's going to end up winning, and there are guys that are putting up better numbers than him, but I think we have to be fair here and kind of give credit here to Martin Perez. I mean, why couldn't we get this last year from Perez? What in the world? He threw a complete game shutout against the Astros this week, but then he loses the game for us in the playoffs. I mean, come on, Martin Perez. Like, what are we doing? But, yeah, Timothy Hansen, Martin Perez will get blown up in his next start. So that's the thing with Martin Perez. He's always more of a first half pitcher. He's always been better in the first half. And then teams kind of start to figure him out a little bit. Could this be a year where maybe he puts together a complete season? We'll have to wait and see. But, however, I do want to give credit where it's due. He's been having a great start to the year, so definitely give some credit. As for the Rangers, for the rest of the pitching, Dane Dunning, Glenn Otto, they each went 6 innings. They did pretty good this week. John Gray, man, just not a great start for him this week. So for the Rangers, I have them at number 23. At number 22, I have the Orioles. The Orioles, man. We just had the super chat earlier from Con Man. Thank you very much for that. This Baltimore Orioles team, man. Are you kidding me? There's something about this Orioles team. Yeah, I know. They're not going to be making the playoffs this year. But they're one of those teams where I wonder if, kind of like the Tigers last year, where they had their moments. They were looking really good during the season. And I think this Orioles team, man, look out. They could be a 75-win team. I think you could see something like that, kind of like the Tigers last year. But Adley Rutschman, that was one of the big stories of the past week. Getting the call up, had a triple in his debut. Family was in attendance. I mean, what a great moment. Him getting the call up to the major leagues was a really cool moment. If you didn't see it, where they had him into the office, they were kind of talking about how they've been managing, his innings and whatnot. And they said, and then I forget how they worded it exactly, but then they said, but when you go play for the Orioles, yada, yada, yada. And then, everyone kind of stormed into the room and they were all just jumping him and just going crazy with him. It was a really cool moment seeing Adley Rutschman getting called up. This is their franchise player. He reminds me a lot of Joe Mauer, kind of like when he, got up to the Twins. He's on that same level to me. Rutschman is going to be a fantastic player. And there's something about this Orioles team, man. They've got some energy. And if we take a look at what they did this past week, the Rays, man, pretty good series against the Rays. Had a couple of walk-off wins. They had the walk-off today. We had Odor. And then the other walk-off, who was it the other day? I can't fully remember. But, hey, winning 2 out of 3 against the Rays over the weekend. They did lose 3 out of 4 to the Yankees. The Yankees, they're a good team. So, but it was an exciting couple of games for the Orioles there. So, and hey, 30th anniversary, Oriole Park at Camden Yards, Tumbler. Pretty cool. Look at that. If you went to the game on, what was that, Friday? You got yourself a nice little tumbler. Anyway, but the Orioles, they got themselves a pretty fun team this year. I think this could be a team that people could, really get behind. Like really one of the more fun teams this year, I think. Again, a couple of walk-off wins. They're 5th in relief pitching on the year. They have a really good bullpen. So give it up for the Orioles there. Santander had a few home runs this week. Mancini hit 375 coming into today. The bullpen was very good today in this extra inning win. Give it up for the bullpen today for the Orioles, man. They did a great job. So, but Orioles coming in at number 22. Coming in at number 21, this team is dropping a tier. Number 19 last week, number 21 this week, the Cleveland Guardians. This Guardians team, man, they were looking pretty good those first couple of weeks of the season. Bryson Breedlove has just subscribed. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. So, but yeah, for the Guardians, they lost both of their games to the Reds. They split with Detroit. So, just not really a lot going on with the Guardians. Bieber looked really good today. 10 strikeouts over 7 innings. He did take the loss. Just the pitching overall this week wasn't very good. Just not a whole lot going on with the Guardians. They didn't really rank well in offense this week. Again, starting pitching was 23rd. Bullpen was 19th. Just not a whole lot going on with the Guardians. And there's some other teams that have moved up, and that's kind of forced them to go down a little bit. So, here we go. Colt James, thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate that. We're almost at 300 people in the chat. Alrighty, here we go. We're on to the next tier. Mariners fans, I hate to do it to you. I'm sorry. I know. Tough. It was a tough weekend for you. It was a tough week, but that is why they're coming in at number 20. Hey, you all Mariners fans, I've been on your side the whole year. I picked this Mariners team to go to the American League Championship Series this year. I still think they can turn it around. They have a good team. I just think they're just not gelling right now. This Mariners team, they're showing good signs. They're just not putting it together. I do think they will go on some kind of a run at some point, but they're not playing good baseball lately. Horrible week. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Blue Jays. Then they got swept by my Red Sox. The offense ranks 8th overall. So the offense overall on the year has looked really good, but this past week they ranked in the bottom 10. So they're going to have to get the bats really going. So I know Suarez, helped tie it up today, but in the end, the Red Sox coming out on top. For the starting pitching, they ranked 28th on the year. The starting pitching has just not really, at least when it comes to Fangraphs, has not looked very good. So starting pitching, I don't know, man. They're going to have to get some better performances, but Logan Gilbert has looked good on the year. He looked good today against the Red Sox. He went 7 innings. He did give up a few runs, but I don't know, man. Again, it's just when one aspect of the team is working, something else doesn't work out. The bullpen today, walk-off grand slam. I don't know. This Mariners team, they're just not clicking in all aspects right now. I think they will get it together at some point, but they're hey, we all saw how bad my Red Sox were looking. The Mariners are kind of going through that same thing right now. I think give them some time. I think they'll start clicking eventually. So for me, the Mariners, they come in at number 20. Coming in at number 19, I do have the Marlins. I thought about putting the Mariners ahead of the Marlins, and I think you could make the argument to do that. But for the Marlins, to me, they won a series this week. They won 2 out of 3. I know it was the Nationals, but, hey, they won a series. So I'll give them that. But I know the Mariners had a tougher week overall. But for me, let me know. Who would you rather be at number 19? Would you rather put the Marlins? I could see the argument for the Marlins being at 20. I could do the Mariners at number 19. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I could be okay with either. So, taking a look at the Marlins, though. They are 12th in offense on the year. But the Marlins this week, the one thing the Marlins did a lot better than the Mariners this week, they swung the bats. They ranked 6th in offense this week. Jorge Soler, Jazz Chisholm, Sanchez, Rojas, De La Cruz. They all hit well this week. This offense was really clicking. Sure, they lost 2 out of 3 to the Braves. Winning 2 out of 3 against the Nationals, not a great team, but offense overall looked really good. The starting pitching, the bullpen, though, not great. So I think with the Marlins, Mariners, you could go either way with one of these. So let me know what you think. Maybe I'm being a little harsh on the Mariners. For the Mariners last week, I did have them at number 14. So they are dropping a decent amount. So again, I'm completely 50-50 on this. So, but yeah. I'll go with the Marlins at number 19. So, I do think where I will say this, I do think the Mariners have the better team. So, they're not playing their best baseball right now, but I think the Mariners are the better team. But I'm just going to give a little bit of an edge to the Marlins because at least they did win a series this week. So, moving on to 2019. Moving on to number 18, I have the Colorado Rockies coming in at number 18. This Rockies team, there was some excitement to this team over the first few weeks. They were winning games. They were kind of hanging in there, and they still are hanging in there. If we take a look at the Rockies in the division right now, they have shifted into last place. Well, they're not really hanging really in the division, but they're still hanging around for a wild card. 3 games back. 19 and 21. There's a lot. I know it's early, but the fact that this Rockies team is 3 games out, I think a lot of people thought, this Rockies team is probably going to be out of it. But here they are, still 3 games back. They lost both of their series this week to the Giants and the Mets. Starting pitching, no one got any wins this week, so not a lot going on there. Really, the story of the Rockies this week was C.J. Cron. That guy was going out of his mind this past week. He hit 500 on the week with a 545 on-base percentage and a 900 slugging. Are you kidding me? C.J. Cron, the Cron zone is on fire. He has 11 home runs on the year, 2 home runs this week. If we go take a look here at the leaderboards when it comes to home runs, he is right now tied for third in the home run tied for third in the home run race. Aaron Judge leading the majors right now, 14 homers. Yordan Alvarez second, and then Cron is tied with Trout and Stanton for third place. So overall, though, the Rockies, there's just not a whole lot going on. I had the Rockies last week at number 17, and they drop 1 spot to number 18. And for the first time this year, the Atlanta Braves have gotten out of the 18th spot. I've had them at number 18 now for the whole time. Someone just subscribed. I'm so sorry. I didn't catch the name. Whoever you were. I think it was Electorian. I don't know if I said that right, but thank you for subscribing. The Braves, first time all year, coming out of the 18th spot. They're at number 17 this week. Here we go. Could we maybe be seeing a little movement with the Braves? A little movement. They did lose 2 out of 3 to the Brewers, but they won 2 out of 3 against the Marlins. They're 17th in WRC plus on the year. However, Marcell Ozuna, he's starting to heat up. 3 home runs on the week. He hit 350 with a 381 on base and an 800 slugging. Starting pitching ranks 15th in the majors. Kyle Wright continues to look good. Really, the only bad start Kyle Wright has had is against my Red Sox. Tucker Davidson, he got a win as well. Ian Anderson looked good this week. He did take a couple of L's, but he did look pretty good overall on the week. The bullpen is one of the best bullpens in the game. 2nd overall in Fangraph WAR in relief pitching. So the Atlanta Braves, hey, they're making some moves. They move up to 17 for the first time this year. And maybe this is going to surprise some people. But you all saw that this team was going to move up. But you know what? I'm not gonna jump the gun. I'm kind of wondering where, maybe some of you thought I was going to be putting my Red Sox. I'm going to put them at 16. They're hot. They're red hot. But I'm not going to put them in the top half. I'm going to put them at number 16 for now. They make a huge jump from last week. They were at number 25 last week, and they have jumped about 10 spots? Yeah, 9 spots. They jumped 9 spots overall. The Red Sox are hot. Don't let the Sox get hot. 5 straight wins. They beat the Astros 2 out of 3 this week. They swept the Mariners. They were the number 1 offense on the week. They had the best offense all week on Fangraphs. The bats are clicking right now. Bogarts, Devers, Martinez, they continue to hit. But holy crap, did we see the week that Trevor Story had? Oh my goodness, Trevor Story, you handsome man. You are absolutely wonderful right now. This week, not even counting today, coming into today, he was hitting .381 with a .462 on base. Look at that slugging, a 1.143. Are you kidding me? He had 5 home runs. He had another RBI today. 14 RBIs on the week. Trevor Story, this man better get player of the week. He better get player of the week. He had a grand slam as well this week. Frankie Cordero, speaking of grand slams, walk-off grand slam today. Frankie Cordero, man. It was only a matter of time before that power was going to come through somewhere. He's always been known for his power, and holy cow, that guy hit a tank today, man. But the offense has been doing really well. Kike Hernandez, Christian Vasquez, they've been hitting a little better lately. The starting pitching was actually not great this week, but that was mainly because of Nathan Eovaldi having a really bad start against the Astros, but had a career high in strikeouts today against a cold Mariners team. Nick Pivetta had a complete game against the Astros. Listen, Garrett Whitlock, can we just make this guy the closer? I don't understand what the holdup is. I know, sure, whatever, we could use a starting pitcher, but why not just go with Connor Seabold from the minor leagues? Why not? This guy's doing awesome in Worcester right now. Why can't we just go with Connor Seabold, put Whitlock in the closer role? Whitlock, when I'm watching this guy, he's just trying to be, I don't know. I don't know. He looks like he's just trying to be too cute out there. It looks like he's just thinking too much out there. The Garrett Whitlock that I love is he just goes out there and he's just pounding the strike zone with strikes. He's just trying to throw it by guys. Garrett Whitlock has incredible extension, so he's hard to see. The ball comes out further, or it comes out closer, or it comes out of his hand closer to the plate. He's just hard to pick up. And to me, it just looks like he's just not comfortable out there. It looks like he's kind of second-guessing himself a little bit out there. I don't know. It's like he's kind of thinking too much about pitch selection. I don't know what it is. He's just not looking very comfortable out there. Put this guy back into the role that he was comfortable with. I don't know what it is. This guy should be the closer. I'm sorry. The bullpen, the offense was the best this week, but the bullpen was the best on the week. My goodness, this Red Sox team, they're clicking in all aspects. The bullpen was undefeated this week. They had a 1.88 ERA, a 2.40 FIP. Robles, the guy just brings me pain nonstop. Blew the save today. Whatever, we got the win. Hey, Schreiber, man. Schreiber out of this bullpen has just been awesome. I think he's actually been the key for this Red Sox bullpen. He's brought some stability a bit, and it's kind of helped everyone else out. So Schreiber has been awesome. He hasn't given up a run yet out of this bullpen. Matt Barnes got a save this week. What the heck? Matt Strom, he continues to look pretty good. Houck even came out of the pen this week through 4 innings. Got a win against the Mariners. Diekman didn't look great today, but he did have a good week overall. But yeah, the Red Sox, they make a huge jump. I'm not just, yes, this is my team, and I'm not just talking a lot about them just because it is my team, but just because they did make such a big jump, I did want to go into detail about why I'm moving them up so much. They're just playing great baseball. So, everyone, we have reached the halfway point of the power rankings. I did say I do have an announcement, but before I do get to that announcement, everyone, if you are new, hit that subscribe button down below. We just hit 22,000 subscribers, so if you are new, think about subscribing if you are looking for more baseball content and all of the news in the baseball world. Everyone, if you can, hit that like button for me right now. I'm not sure where we're at when it comes to likes. Let's take a look. Where are we at with likes? We are at 87 likes. Come on, everyone. Let's get to at least 200 likes tonight. Hit that like button for me, everyone. We're at 87 right now. If you can, share the stream. Share it on Twitter. Share it on Instagram. Tell your grandma to come in. I don't care who. Hit the bell notification as well. And one more time before I do get to my announcement, don't forget, we do have partnerships with SeatGeek. You use my code HYDE, $20 off your first purchase using SeatGeek. Also, check out Prize Picks. Use my code GINGER. If you're into sports betting, use my code GINGER. They'll give you a 100% deposit match. All right, everyone. So I have an announcement to make, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. This kind of fell into my lap a little bit. I was not expecting this at all. It just kind of came out of nowhere, honestly, and it came together pretty quickly. So, this past week, I was, what was I doing? I don't remember what I was doing this past week. I think I was at work, and all of a sudden, I get a message on Twitter from a certain person to, hey, let's set up a phone call. And we had a phone call, and we kind of talked some stuff, and I have officially signed on to do something. Here we go. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. This is not, probably maybe this week or next week it's going to be starting, but I would like to announce that I am officially the new host for the Believe Red Sox podcast. If you have not heard of the Believe podcast network, they have a whole bunch of shows for podcasts. So if you don't know about the Believe network, they have a lot of good stuff. They have a podcast hosted by Deshaun Jackson where he's just talking football. The Bengals have a podcast where they have Adam Pac-Man Jones hosting it. They have a podcast with Bill Polian, the former general manager of the Buffalo Bills. They got podcasts for all of these different teams. They got one for the Giants. I mean, if we can, I don't know, let's just take a look here. Let's take, Lakers. What else we got here? We got the Sack and Jack podcast. We got Nick Hamilton and Michael Duarte hosting another one. I don't know. What's another one? We could do, let's think. Oh, how about we do a baseball one? The Padres. The Padres have a podcast on the Believe Network. This is hosted by Nick Kreider and former pitcher Heath Bell. So their shtick, the Believe Network, the Believe Podcast Network, is, and everyone, I want you to listen to this because this is the best part. This is the best part. What they do is they have a host and they have a former player co-hosting. So that means for my podcast that I am the main host for the show, I will be co-hosting with a former Red Sox player. So I don't know who that is yet. We don't know. They're still looking. They're still trying to figure it out. But me and a former Red Sox player will be hosting the new Red Sox podcast for the Believe Network. So again, if you haven't heard of the Believe Network, it is newer. I think they started up around 5 years ago. But again, look at all these names. You got Deshaun Jackson hosting a podcast. You got Adam Pac-Man Jones, Bill Polian, just to name a few. So it's just really cool. It's a really cool opportunity. And I was thinking about possibly doing some kind of Red Sox content. I wasn't really sure what. And then all of a sudden, these guys just came out of nowhere and they reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in doing it. They said they had seen the show and they said that they liked what I was doing over here on the channel. So yeah, there it is. There's the announcement. So I will be the new host for the Red Sox podcast on the Believe Network. So as soon as I do get more details about, when the first show starts and whatever else, any other details I get, I'll let you know. But it's going to be really cool. Yeah, I see Timothy Hansen. Maybe Johnny Damon. I don't know. But we'll see. So I'm not sure who the player is going to be, but definitely going to keep my eyes out. Because what they're looking for is they're looking for a former player, one that's kind of played in maybe around like the last 10 to 15 years, and someone that's also pretty active on social media. So, well, any suggestions? Put it down in the chat. So, yeah, Jason, actually, that was a name that we talked about, but unfortunately he's already tied up with, I think he's with Nesson, so I don't think that would work. So, or whatever, I'm not sure exactly what roles he has or whatever, but yeah, I guess that he's not available. So, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, I thought it was really cool that I get this opportunity, and I'm really hoping to put a good Red Sox podcast, for the Red Sox fans. That was the, funny thing with this channel. I originally wanted it to be a Red Sox channel. Jacob Toon has been a member for 9 months. Jacob Toon, thank you so much, my friend. So, but Boston Productions coming in with a super chat, $5 super chat. Congrats, man. I'll be tuning in when it starts. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it. I'll do my best on it. Anyway, so, but yeah, I originally wanted this channel to be a Red Sox channel, but I was like, you know what? Why don't I just talk about all of baseball? And so it's pretty cool that I do have something where I can focus on the Red Sox. So that way you don't have to hear my Giraffe Neck Robbie maybe so much here on the channel. I'm just kidding. You're going to hear Giraffe Neck Robbie all the time on this channel. So here we go. Let's get back to the power rankings, shall we? Let's get back to it. So, but yeah, everyone, check out the Believe Network. If you're into any football teams or basketball teams, go check if they don't have a podcast for every single team, but go check on there. See if, your favorite team has a podcast, whether that be, football, basketball. They're starting to kind of build up their baseball a bit. They don't have a lot of baseball podcasts, so that's why they're, trying to start that. So, yeah, go check it out. Anyway, let's get back here to the power rankings. So, we have the bottom half filled out. Let's get to the third tier. Here we go. Coming in. Oh, super chat coming in. Oh, that's from Boston Productions. Boston Productions, thank you again for the $5 super chat. Really do appreciate that, my friend. So, here we go. Coming in at number 15. Last week, I also had them at number 15. I'm going to keep them at number 15, the Arizona Diamondbacks. They got swept by the Dodgers this past week, but they did bounce back. They took 3 out of 4 against the Cubs. They did lose today. The Cubs scored 2 late in the game in the 8th inning, so the Diamondbacks, they got to start holding those wins down a little bit. That's a couple of times now this year. They've blown some leads late in the game. But the offense this week, they looked really good. The Arizona Diamondbacks had the 3rd best offense this past week. A lot of guys were hitting. Jake McCarthy just got called up this past week. This guy was getting hits all over the place. Are you kidding me? Jake McCarthy. Look out for Jake McCarthy on the Arizona Diamondbacks. This guy's been really good. Ketel Marte, really solid. He went 2 for 4 today. He was 6 for 15 coming in. Ketel Marte, very good week. Josh Rojas, David Peralta, each of those guys had 3 home runs this week. Dalton Varsho has been looking pretty good. Dalton Varsho, man, underrated player. Keep an eye out for Dalton Varsho. I think a lot of people sleep on that guy. Alec Thomas, this guy's putting together a rookie of the year kind of a campaign here. He had another couple of home runs this week. He hit 320. He's hitting 326 with a 963 OPS. Alec Thomas is just killing it, man. You got to love what Alec Thomas is doing. And actually, let me pull up the rookie leaderboards. Where does he rank among the rookies? Well, as of right now, he has the 6th best Fangraph WAR. Let's check where does that rank in the National League. He's right now 2nd in the National League in Fangraph WAR. And I don't know, man. I think you could definitely see Alec Thomas possibly walk away with a Rookie of the Year award. He's very good. I was really excited about Alek Thomas, but ever since he's come up this year for the Diamondbacks, the offense has looked a lot better. The strength of this team, though, has been the starting pitching, and oh boy, minus Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly for this week, the starting pitching was really bad. Overall, this week, the Diamondbacks had a 7.94 ERA and a 6.48 FIP. Those are not good numbers. Remember, they were one of the top starting pitching staffs in the entire game, and now they've dropped all the way to 17th. So, not a good week for the Diamondbacks. The bullpen did do well this week. They ranked 8th. Mark Melancon, couple of saves. Again, they couldn't hold it down today, but for the week, the bullpen was good. Ian Kennedy is actually having a quietly good season. So, I think the Diamondbacks, look out, man. I've been telling you all, don't sleep on this Diamondbacks team. I've been saying it. I think they need a couple of pieces. I think they need to add an arm. I'm just saying, it feels like they need a couple of things, but I think this Diamondbacks team definitely could be in it for the wild card. So, moving on to number 14, we got the Chicago White Sox. I had the White Sox last week at number 16, so the White Sox, they move up a couple of spots. Look at the White Sox. They won 3 out of 5 against the Royals this week. They did split the first 2 games with the Yankees. How is that game? Oh, okay, there we go. They won the game tonight. They won 5-0. Looks like that game just went final. Kopech had a really good start tonight. 7 innings. He only gave up 1 hit. Severino had a pretty good start. I mean, he gave up 8 hits, but he didn't give up any runs. The bullpen really blew it for the Yankees here tonight. 8th inning. Wow, we had a shutout. We had a scoreless game coming into the 8th, and the bullpen. Ooh, Loaisaga, really bad night. He has a 7 ERA on the year. Wow. Yeah, bad night for the bullpen. This Yankees bullpen has been really locked down, except for tonight. But Severino, besides 8 hits, had a good start overall. No runs allowed. But Kopech, man, wow. Look at the start Kopech had. 6 Ks, 1 hit. Man, with how good this Yankees offense has been. Of course, Judge was the... Was Judge the only one to get a hit off him? They had a few hits tonight. I don't know who got the hit, but White Sox, man. For the week, the White Sox, if we take a look here, earlier, the White Sox won game 1. So, yeah, they won game 1, 3-1. So, the White Sox sweep the doubleheader today. But overall, coming into today, the White Sox, they ranked 22nd in WRC+. Tim Anderson had himself a really good week overall. He actually had a really good game tonight as well. That was coming into today. He was having a good week. And then he went 3 for 5 tonight. However, I got to address the Tim Anderson comments. I'm sorry. I got to do it. I got to do it. Listen. Okay, this is what I'm thinking about the whole Tim Anderson thing. Him and Josh Donaldson, if you didn't see it, Josh Donaldson said to him, what did he say? He said, "What's up, Jackie?" Something like that. And Tim Anderson, he took offense to it. Tony La Russa was saying that he said they were like racial comments or whatever. Oh, come on now. Like, get out of here. If anyone knows Josh Donaldson, that guy likes to get under people's skin. He likes to poke people's buttons. That's Josh Donaldson. Josh Donaldson, what he was poking a stick at was when Tim Anderson made the comments a couple of years ago saying that he's the modern day Jackie Robinson, which I remember at the time, I thought they were just weird comments. You know, like, I was like, don't compare yourself to Jackie Robinson. Like, I understand what he was trying to say, but it was just, I don't know, to me, just the comments were weird. It's just like, they just sounded very self-centered to me. Like, I'm the modern day Jackie Robinson. It's like, what? Like, I don't know. Like, if I'm good at something, or if I'm trying to promote something or something, I don't know. I'm not going to say I'm the modern day blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. You're Tim Anderson, like, don't. Jackie Robinson, I get what he was trying to say. I didn't like the comparison, and I don't think Josh Donaldson did either. However, what I will say was Josh Donaldson probably didn't need to do that, because it's like, why? I don't know. I don't really see the point. It's like you could probably get under someone's skin a different way. I don't know. What's the point? I just don't see the point of why Donaldson was trying to do it. I don't know. I don't know. It was just kind of weird. And even Aaron Boone, came out today and said, probably not somewhere he should be going. And I agree. I just don't really see, like, what's the point? I don't know. If you got a problem with it, to me, what I think Donaldson should have done, if you do have a problem with those comments, if you really have a serious problem with it, which I guess he did, just go have a conversation with him about it. Tell him, hey, like, you know what? Those comments kind of bothered me a little bit. I think you can have a conversation about that. I don't think you need to kind of go after him the way he did. So that's where I'm at. I think, to call them, racial remarks, I think that's just completely just not accurate. I just don't buy that at all. I think it's just Donaldson just trying to poke at someone. I think that's all it is. That's how Donaldson's always been. So I don't know, but I wasn't a big fan of the Tim Anderson comments when he said that in the first place. I don't know. I just thought it was weird. So, again, I don't think they were racial remarks. I just think he's just trying to get under someone's skin. It's just what Donaldson does. He's always been that kind of a guy. But I don't know, for Tim Anderson to kind of flip out the way he did, it's, I don't know. But I guess I can understand if you're just annoyed about it. But Donaldson, if you really had a big problem with it, hey, be a man and go sit down and have a talk with it. Hey, man, not going to lie, those comments kind of bugged me a little bit. That's all you got to do. So, as for the White Sox, moving on here, they were 13th in starting pitching. I mean, Michael Kopech today, we're just talking about starting pitching. Holy cow, what a start from him. And actually, taking a look at the game one of the doubleheader today, look at Johnny Cueto. Johnny Cueto? Holy cow, this guy is looking phenomenal. He's had a couple of starts. He hasn't given up any runs in his 2 starts. He's went 6 innings each time. Give it up for Johnny Cueto. And I guess there was something today about like some kind of an ambulance or something. What the heck is going on here? Johnny Cueto with an ambulance. I don't know what's going on. What is this? 54 speaker ambulance? What in the world? What the heck are we doing here? Johnny Cueto. Holy cow. 54 speakers. No earned runs in 12 innings. Johnny Cueto is just a rock star right now, man. But Dylan Cease, 9 strikeouts in 5 innings. This guy's just racking up strikeouts like nothing. Giolito, he was okay in a no decision. Davis Martin got called up this week for the White Sox. He looked pretty good. He got sent back down, but he looked pretty good. You're starting to see some better baseball from the Chicago White Sox. If we take a look at the standings, the White Sox, hey, they are 4.5 out. They're 1.5 out of a wild card spot. The only problem with them right now is you got the Twins playing some good baseball. So, but I have the White Sox coming in at number 14. Coming in at lucky number 13, I got the Phillies. They drop a couple of spots from last week. The number 11 spot has been a bit of a unlucky spot in my power rankings. It feels like every time I put a team here, they always just kind of fall, except for the Astros. Remember I had the Astros at number 11, and then they just went crazy, and then they moved all the way up into the top 5. Remember I had the Marlins in this spot, and they just kind of fell off a cliff. And now the Phillies, did not have a great week overall. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Padres and the Dodgers, but they did have a walk-off win today on an error. The offense ranks 14th overall. Not a lot of offense this week, but Segura, he did tie it up in the 9th today. So, yeah, Phillies, they came through when they needed it, I guess, but overall, not a great week for the offense. The starting pitching, though, holy cow, this starting pitching looked phenomenal this week. Actually, on the year, the Phillies starting pitching ranks 3rd on the year. However, the Phillies had the best starting pitching this past week, ranking number 1 overall, a 1.80 FIP. They didn't rank number 1 overall in ERA, but when you look at everything on Fangraphs, they struck out 11.5 per 9, 1 walk per 9, half a home run per 9. I mean, come on now. This Phillies team, they've been pitching their heinies off. Holy cow. Wheeler, Eflin, Gibson, they all look good. Zach Eflin had 12 strikeouts today. Holy cow. The Phillies are pitching. The bullpen has been better this year. They had a 2.50 ERA coming into today. And gotta love it, man. You gotta love what the Phillies are doing. So, but they just need to win games. You know, they got the team. They're just not putting it together. And it's like every single year. Like, I like what they have, but it's like they're just not. It's like, why? Like, come on. This is a way better team than 19 and 22. I know some other teams are, struggling, but this Phillies team is good. I just don't get it. They have a good offense. They have good starting pitching. The bullpen is better this year. It's like, why do they struggle to win games? I don't get it. But 8 back in the division. They're 3.5 back of a wild card spot. Keep an eye out for the Phillies. They do drop a couple of spots here. Coming in at number 12, I'm going to be keeping them in this spot. The Toronto Blue Jays staying at number 12. Hey, the Blue Jays, man, they won 2 out of 3 against the Mariners and the Reds this week. The only reason the Blue Jays aren't moving up a little bit is because we have some other teams that moved up ahead of them. So, but the Blue Jays did have a good week, won both their series. They have the best starting pitching in the game. Toronto, number 1 overall in starting pitching. They have a 3.35 ERA, a 3.26 FIP, under a home run per 9. They lead the league in Fangraph WAR. Toronto Blue Jays, man, that starting pitching is absolutely phenomenal. Berrios, Ryu, Manoah, all looked really good this week. Kikuchi, he had a couple of starts this week. He did get a win against the Mariners, but he had a no decision today. Gausman, he did take an L this week, but 1.25 FIP on the year. Kevin Gausman, man, what a great signing that has been. And Bo Bichette, everyone, if you can, please do not spam in the chat, please. No spamming in the chat, please. But Bo Bichette, he's heating up. This week, coming into today, I don't think he played today, but hit 350 with 3 homers this week. Bo Bichette, he's doing awesome. He's doing awesome. But the Blue Jays, I will hold. I will keep them at number 12. Coming in at number 11, this team has leapfrogged the Blue Jays, and that is the St. Louis Cardinals. The Cardinals are now knocking on the door of being a top 10 team. Can the Cardinals get into the top 10? Holy cow, they scored a lot of runs today. 18 runs today. Overall on the year, they rank 11th in offense. The starting pitching, though, it's not great, but they're doing enough. So I'm not going to be too crazy about the Cardinals starting pitching because they play more to their defense. They're not going to have like this, amazing starting rotation like the Mets and the Blue Jays. That's not really their style. Adam Wainwright, though, he is looking really good. Overall on the year, a 2.87 ERA, a 3.82 FIP. MLB Nerds on Twitter, where are you at? I remember you saying there's like 80 pictures. You could think of 80 pitchers that were better, 80 starting pitchers that were better than Adam Wainwright. Where are you at? MLB Nerds, I want to know, where are you? You said it. I remember listening to you. You were talking to Giraffe Neck Mark on the little Twitter thing, the Twitter hangout, and you said, "Oh, I know 80. I can think of 80 starting pitchers on the top of my head that were better than Adam Wainwright." And I'm like, "Okay, name the 80 starting pitchers. Where are you at? He's having a great year." MLB Nerds, please go make yourself a nice turkey sandwich and go to bed. MLB Nerds, you gotta calm it down, dude. What the heck are you talking about? 80 starting pitchers? 80? MLB Nerds, please, go to sleep. Cardinals, 17th in relief pitching this year. This Cardinals team, they don't rank particularly well in a lot of the statistical categories, but they're just winning games. They're just a good team. I just like this Cardinals team. I picked them to win the World Series this year. Whatever, you can think I'm a potato for that, but they've been playing great baseball. I mean, again, they did play the Pirates this weekend, but they took care of business against the Pirates. So, and then Yadier Molina, he was pitching. You gotta love it. Albert Pujols, Yadier Molina, pitching. You gotta love it, man. St. Louis Cardinals, they come in at number 11 for me. Let's get into the top 10, shall we? Coming in at number 10, we got the San Francisco Giants. Not a great week for the Giants. They were number 7 this past week, and they have dropped a few spots. So they won 2 out of 3 versus the Rockies, but then they got swept by the Padres. They got killed today, man. They lost 10-1. Man. But here's why the Giants are still a top 10 team to me. So I could definitely see people saying they should be out of the top 10, but here's why. They rank 7th in WRC+. Hey, Yastrzemski, Estrada, Ruff, they all had good weeks. Starting pitching. However, starting pitching was not as crisp as it has been this whole year. They had a 5.97 ERA coming into today. Alex Wood, he gave up 5 more runs today, so that is not a good ERA for the week. However, Logan Webb, Jacob Junis, they did look good. They had no decisions this week, but overall, they looked pretty good. Carlos Rodon, he went 6 innings. He looked all right. He took the loss, but the Giants, just not a great week overall. They did win 2 out of 3 against the Rockies, so I'll give them that. But to get swept by the Padres and then you lose the way you did today, man, Giants, man, we got to pick up the pace. But I'm not going to take them out of the top 10 just yet. So let's see how the Giants do this coming week. At number 9, we got the Tampa Bay Rays. We just talked about the Rays earlier. Couple of walk-off losses, but they did win 2 out of 3 against Detroit earlier in the week. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Orioles, but the Rays, they're still a good team. They ranked 10th in WRC+. Kevin Kiermaier actually had a really good week. He hit .529 coming into today, and then he had 2 more hits today. Good week for Kevin Kiermaier. Randy Rosarina, .444 on the week. 2 more hits today. Good offense this week. Good offense. The starting pitching. Shane McClanahan, man, this guy is looking really good. I mean, let's pull up right now the starting pitching leaderboards in the American League. Let's pull up the starters. What the heck am I looking at right now? Let's just do 20. What the heck is going on? Oh, I'm looking at rookies. I was about to say, like, what? Here we go. Okay, here we go. So, right now, Shane McClanahan, he is top 10 in the American League right now. He's having a really good year. 2.33 ERA, a 2.68 FIP. He's got 12.5 strikeouts per 9. 12.5 strikeouts per 9. Shane McClanahan. Everyone, we got to stop the spamming in the chat, please. Got to stop the spamming in the chat. All of you saying boo. I don't know who you're saying boo to. Probably me, which is okay. But please, stop spamming in the chat. Shane McClanahan having a great year. Give it up for this guy. He's been awesome. So, but starting pitching did look pretty solid overall for the Rays this week. Just not, not amazing by any means. But McClanahan definitely had a really good start this week. So the bullpen, though, it's not. I don't know what it is about this bullpen. It's not really doing as well as it's done in the past. If we take a look at the Tampa Bay Rays bullpen, they rank 22nd on the year on Fangraph WAR. Usually, Tampa Bay is a top 10 Fangraph bullpen. So they're 22nd right now. They are 15-7 out of this bullpen, so I will give them that. But, oh, look at the Yankees. They're 15-7 too. But Tampa Bay's bullpen this year has not been its best. They're not striking out a whole lot of guys. The ERA is still really good. If we look at where Tampa Bay ranks in ERA, right now they are 10th in ERA. That FIP is a 4.06 though. So the xFIP is pretty good at 3.76. So I think Tampa, the bullpen's been good. They're just not as good as they've been in prior years. So, but the Rays, kind of an up and down week. 2 out of 3, won 2 out of 3 against the Tigers. You lost 2 out of 3 to the Orioles. So last week, the Rays, they were number 9. So I will hold them at number 9. Coming in at number 8, we got the Twins. The Twins were number 10, but they have been playing great baseball. They won 2 out of 3 against the A's. They swept the Royals, had a big come-from-behind win. I mentioned this earlier. Hey, remember the Josh Donaldson trade with the Yankees? Remember the guys they got back? Gary Sanchez, Gio Urshela. Gary Sanchez had himself a pretty good week, man. This guy can go on runs. He had himself a couple of homers this week. He had 9 RBIs. Man, oh man, he had the game-tying sac fly today. So Gary Sanchez, give it up for him. Urshela had the game-winning hit today for the Twins. One of the stories this week, Royce Lewis was sent back down. He was hitting well. I guess some Twins players were, a little bummed out about him going back down, and Royce Lewis himself was probably bummed a bit. But Carlos Correa was activated. He had 5 hits in the 3 games that he played this week. He did pinch hit today. But Correa, he's looking pretty good. Overall, the offense ranked 6 in WRC Plus this week. The starting pitching, they rank 11th on the year. Ober looked good today. Sonny Gray, Ryan, Smeltzer, they all got wins this week. The bullpen, though, this Twins bullpen, they got to start figuring something out here. They ranked 27th overall. Pagan, Duffy, and Duran, they did get saves this week, but Fangraphs does not like the Twins bullpen. So maybe the Twins got to go out there by the deadline, maybe go add an arm, maybe 2. But I think this Twins team, they're playing great baseball. We looked at the standings earlier. They are first in the Central Division. And hey, Josh, my co-host on Mondays, he's been right about the Twins so far. He was saying earlier, a couple weeks ago, hey, everyone's picking the White Sox to win this division, but does anyone realize how good this Twins team is? And they're playing great baseball, man. They've won 4 straight games, 7-3 in their last 10. The Twins, they move up a couple of spots for me this week. Coming in at number 7, they drop a spot from last week. The Angels. Man, oh man. And here's the thing with the Angels. They had a good weekend against the A's. However, they got swept by the Rangers in the beginning of the week. And that is no bueno. The Angels, man, we come on. You've been playing great baseball. We can't get swept. Cannot get swept by the Rangers. However, their offense overall on the year ranks 2nd in WRC+. Anthony Rendon, he looked pretty good this week. Hit .368 coming into today. Anthony Rendon, that bat is starting to get going. That batting average has been bumping up. The OPS is getting closer to 800. Look out for Anthony Rendon. He's starting to heat up a little bit. Mike Trout, this guy's still the best player in the universe. Had a few homers this week. He hit 1 today. He had 3 hits today. Mike Trout is just unbelievable. Taylor Ward, man, he keeps it going this week. 5 hits, 17 ABs. Gotta love what he's doing. The starting pitching, they ranked 9th overall on the year. Ohtani, Lorenzen, they had no decisions this week. They looked good. Syndergaard, though, holy cow, Syndergaard looked really bad. He didn't even make it out of the first inning in his start this week. Good grief, Noah Syndergaard. What the heck is going on? Patrick Sandoval, he looked good today. He got the win. Kind of like the Twins, though. Fangraphs does not like their bullpen very much. The Angels on Fangraphs, they rank 24th in relief pitching. Like the Twins, it's kind of the weak spot of the team. Loop, he did struggle this week, but Berea, holy cow, he pitched over 4 innings this week, and he didn't give up 1 run. Give it up for him. Iglesias, he did blow a save against the Rangers. They had the walk-off win, but he did get the save today, so good way to end the week for Raisel Iglesias. The Angels, they come in at number 7 for me. And coming in at number 6, this is a high spot for them this year. The Padres, they have been playing some really good baseball. We just talked about the Giants earlier. They swept the Giants. They won 2 out of 3 against the Phillies earlier in the week. They're not ranking particularly well in the offense. They're 19th in WRC+. they did slump this week, but then they scored 10 runs today. They also had 7 on Friday. So the Padres saved a lot of their offense here for the weekend. So Profar, he had a good week. Coming into today, he hit 421. Machado, though, holy cow, Manny Machado had himself a really good week and a big day today. He went 4 for 4. He had 3 doubles on the day, 2 RBIs. He leads the major leagues in Fangraph WAR. Manny Machado, is this guy going to get the MVP? I don't know. Everyone's talking about, Aaron Judge, Trout, maybe Taylor Ward in the American League. We were all talking about Nolan Arenado not too long ago, but Manny Machado, my goodness, Manny Machado, he has been playing some great baseball. Give it up to him, man. I'm thinking MVP for Manny Machado. The starting pitching, they rank 7th overall on the year. San Diego. Yeah, 7th overall on the year. Their starting pitching has been fantastic. Fantastic. When they have depth, this Padres, they have a good this Padres rotation is very good. They have a 3.33 ERA on the year. Don't forget, this is coming into today. These numbers do not update until tomorrow morning. 3.51 FIP. Bad news, though, Mike Clevinger going on the IL. This guy just cannot catch a break. He cannot catch a break. A tricep strain for Mike Clevinger. Oh, we got a super chat coming in. Rat Boy King. Padres #1 when Tatis comes back. And it's crazy, right? They're doing all this without Fernando Tatis Jr. Man. Could you imagine they get Fernando Tatis Jr. back and they start playing worse? What would that mean? I don't know. But man, you got to think though, when he comes back, this offense is going to be so much better. And but right now their pitching is carrying them. They're getting offense when they need it. Machado is really stepping up for this team. But for the Padres, pitching, Darvish, Musgrove, they look good this week. Like I said, Clevinger, he went on the IL with a tricep strain, but he did get the win versus Phillies. So, hey, give it up for him. And Mackenzie Gore, good start for him today. 6 innings, he struck out 6. Rogers had 3 saves out of the bullpen. The bullpen ranks 12th overall on the year. So the Padres pitching has been the main reason for their success. Without it, who knows where this team would be. So, but the Padres, they are looking really good. So, taking a look here at number 5. We're in the top 5. Here we go. We have made it. It's 11:09 here on the East Coast. We still got over 300 people in the chat. Let's get to it. Number 5. We got the Milwaukee Brewers. They drop 1 spot from last week. I had them at number 4 last week. The Brewers. It's funny because the Brewers, the reason that they're dropping, they might surprise some people, but the reason that they're dropping is because another team has moved up. And for me, I'm not ready to move the Brewers up just yet, but they're close. But again, the reason they moved down from last week is because I guess you all know who that team is. But the Brewers, because of that other team, has been shifted down to the number 5 spot. So here we go. Matthew, what's going on, my friend? $4.99 super chat. Padres also get Drew Pomeranz back. Morahan, yeah, man. This Padres team, once they start getting some guys back too, man, oh man, they're gonna have a lot of depth. So here we go. Matthew, thank you for the super chat. Padres, man, I think they're gonna be a much better second half team this year, and I definitely think they're gonna get one of the wild card spots for sure. So here we go. But the Brewers, I have them coming in at number 5. They had a good week. They won 2 out of 3 against Atlanta and the Nationals. They're 13th in WRC plus on the year. Hunter Renfroe, this guy's just been on a tear lately. He went 10 for 19 on the week. The starting pitching ranks 2nd overall in the major leagues. Peralta got the win earlier this week, but he had some shoulder stiffness today. Keep an eye out for Freddie Peralta. Lauer, Woodruff, they got wins. Burns had a no decision this week. The bullpen is also very good on this team. 3rd overall on Fangraphs. Another good week for the bullpen. Hader had a couple of saves. Devin Williams did not give up 1 run this week. You got to love what the Brewers are doing. But again, they moved down because I'm not ready to move them up just yet. And another team leapfrogged them. So coming in at number 4, I have the Houston Astros. The Astros last week I had at number 3 because of another team. I guess you all know which team that is. I have the Astros coming in at number 4 because another team is leapfrogging them. The Astros, they lost 2 out of 3 to my Red Sox this week. They did win their series versus Texas, but the Astros, they still rank very well in all of the main categories. They're 4th in WRC+, they're 4th in starting pitching, and they're 4th in relief pitching. Michael Brantley, a great week for him. Hit 389 coming into Sunday, where he was hitting 389 on the week. So Brantley, Altuve, Pena, Alvarez, Tucker, McCormick, they all had home runs this week. Man, the offense with the Astros, it's just nonstop. They can lose Springer, they can lose Correa, but they're still going to hit. Man, starting pitching, looking good. Verlander, Valdez, Urquidy, they all got wins. Good news for Jake Odorizzi. I thought that guy tore his Achilles, but it looks like he just kind of damaged some ligaments around his ankle. It looks like Odorizzi's going to be okay. He was actually throwing this weekend, so Jake Odorizzi, man, it looks like he avoided the worst. So good for him. Bullpen still looking good. Presley, couple of saves on the week. 2.64 ERA for the bullpen coming into today. Astros, they moved down because one team is leapfrogging them, and then they lost 2 out of 3 to the Red Sox. So, and at number 3, I have the Dodgers. They move up from number 5 last week to number 3. They're on a really good roll right now. Man, oh man, they swept the Diamondbacks earlier on in the week. They won 2 out of 3. They lost in extra innings today to the Phillies. But overall, offense is 3rd on the year. They were 2nd this week. Freddie Freeman, whew, man, 10 for 26 coming into today for the week. And then he went 0 for 5 today. So cooled off. Mookie Betts, couple of home runs on the week, hit 375 as well. Drove in a run today. Trey Turner was solid this week for them. So, hey, starting pitching, undefeated this week. Urias, Buehler, Gonsolin, Anderson. Tyler Anderson, man, he had himself a good start this week. All of them earned wins. Bullpen, 4th on the year. Daniel Hudson, he looked good. He looked good against the D-backs and the Phillies. Gotta love it. Evan Phillips, he was good this week, and then he blew it today. So, but overall, the Dodgers, they've been playing amazing baseball lately. They have jumped up 2 spots to number 3. So, coming in at number 2, we got the Mets. They're still playing some great baseball. However, the Dodgers are knocking on the door. The Mets this week. Let's go pull up the Mets. Not a bad week necessarily. Not a great week. But, just doing what the Mets are doing. They're just winning series. So taking a look here. I completely forgot. They played 4 games against the Cardinals. They won 3 out of 4 against the Cardinals, and then they won 2 out of 3 against the Rockies. So they continue to just play great baseball. They're 5th in WRC+. They're 5th in starting pitching. They're 5th in relief pitching. Let's take a look at some of these guys from this week. Pete Alonso. This guy was on fire. A couple of home runs. Guillorme. Not a lot of guys hitting particularly well. The Mets on the week, they ranked 7th in offense, but not a lot of guys hitting for high averages. I mean, Guillorme did in 6 games, but Alonso, Guillorme, they each had 600 sluggings. Marte had a 600 slugging. We only played a couple of games, so, but a lot of guys are contributing. Either way. The Mets, they're just playing some great baseball right now. The starting pitching looked good this week. Where are the Mets? I mean, they weren't great, but they were middle of the road. 16th overall on the week. They had a 3.86 ERA, a 3.89 FIP. Not a lot of strikeouts. That's why they're not ranking too high. But they're under 7 strikeouts per 9 for the week. And then for ERA, they ranked... Okay, they also ranked 17th. So, bullpen. Let's see where the bullpen was. They were 20th on the week. So, 4.18 ERA, 4.11 FIP. So, kind of whatever. You know, just getting the job done. But this Mets team, they're very good. Yeah, hey, moderators, we got to stop the spamming here. Yeah, Harrison, my friend. Harrison, try to calm down on that spamming, my friend. But yeah. Everyone, moderators, if you can, if anyone's spamming, just... time out for whatever it is, 300 seconds or whatever it is. So, but number 1, we have the New York Yankees. Not even gonna even play around with that. The Yankees are playing great baseball. Won 3 out of 4 against the Orioles. And yeah, I know the White Sox, they won both games today. Give the White Sox a little credit, but this Yankees team right now, they're first in offense. They're first in relief pitching. Their starting pitching ranks 6 overall. Aaron Judge, he's been playing out of his mind. 3 home runs before coming into today. And that I think he had a home run in the first game today. Stanton was 7 for 15 coming into today. Donaldson had 6 hits and a homer coming into today. Man, offense has been really good. Cole, Cortez, Severino. We just saw Severino, yes, 8 hits earlier, but overall, didn't give up any runs. They all had good weeks. Tyone got a win. Montgomery got a no decision. Overall, starting pitching, they just continue to be very good. Chapman, he did blow a save. King, not looking as crisp. He's been having an amazing year, but not looking as crisp as he has been in prior weeks. But that's it for me, everyone. That's what I got here. We got the Yankees coming in at number 1. We got the Mets at number 2. The Dodgers have moved into the top 3. We have the Astros at 4. Brewers at 5. 6 through 10, we got the Padres, Angels, Twins, Rays, and the Giants. 11 through 15, we have the Cardinals, Blue Jays, Phillies, White Sox, and Diamondbacks. 16 through 20, we got the Red Sox. Look at my Red Sox. They're knocking on the door for the top 15. Braves, Rockies, Marlins, Mariners. 21 through 25, we have the Guardians, Orioles, Rangers, A's, Pirates, and rounding out the bottom of the power rankings, we have the Cubs, Royals, Tigers, Nationals, and the Reds. Everyone, that is all I have for tonight. I want to thank you all for coming out for another week of Power Rankings. I appreciate everyone for always stopping by. I want to say thank you to everyone that left a super chat tonight. Thank you to everyone that was participating in the chat. Don't forget, on your way out, if you can, please hit that like button for me. Where are we at with the likes? We're at 150 likes. Can we get 50 more likes before we get out of here? 50 more. I want to try and get to 200. But yeah, everyone, if you can, hit that like button, hit the bell notification, share the stream for people that weren't able to come in tonight. And again, if you're new, hit the subscribe button. And yes. Also, everyone, like I said earlier, just in case you are coming in just now and you didn't see the announcement earlier, I will be the new host for the Red Sox podcast on the Believe Network. It will be me and a former Red Sox player. I'm honored to have this opportunity. I'm extremely excited for it. Again, if you don't know of the Believe Network, go check it out. They got a lot of football and basketball. They do have some baseball on there. Padres fans, Heath Bell, he does the podcast over there. So Padres fans, I know you're in here. Go check out that podcast on the Believe Network. You can go find him on Spotify, Google Podcasts, anywhere you can find podcasts, you'll find the Believe Network. So, very excited for this. Everyone, I'm going to get out of here. I got work in the morning. I have 3 more days of school until summer vacation. I can't wait. Everyone, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get some sleep. Go get some rest. Have a good week coming up. Don't forget, Josh and we are going to be doing the week ahead tomorrow night. I will see all of you then. Have yourself a great night. I'll talk to you next time.